Are you looking to sell services online, like selling serial numbers, software, files, memberships, subscriptions, etc.? Well, there's a system that's called Sellix and it's on a lifetime deal right now. So you might want to take advantage of this deal. Now, one of the cool things about Sellix is obviously it's super easy to use. Plus, it lets you use the traditional payment gateways like PayPal and Stripe and also cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and many more. I will be showing you the list on this video. So let's go jump over to my desktop right now. Now, one of the key things that I want to show you is the deal that's going on right now. And it starts off at $89 for the lifetime deal. What does that mean? You pay once and use it forever. And for most of us, that might be enough. I'll show you the limits in a bit. Like I mentioned before, it lets you accept cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Solana, and more. Let me show you what the deal terms are. Let me jump down here. First of all, let me show you that you are tied into the business plan updates. So any update or feature that gets added on the business plan, you're gonna have access to that one. So the $89 deal gets you to access to 5 shops, 5 custom domains. So that means that you can use your own domain. So people don't have to go to I don't know, subdomain at sellix.com. In this case, it'll go to your own domain and you get access to 5. And you get 250,000 total annual revenue limits. So if you sell over $250,000, well, you need to jump into license tier 2 or 3, or if you need more stores, use license tier 2 or 3. But if you are good with this amount of money per year, then you're good to go, and 5 shops, right? If you need more, you can jump all the way up to license tier 5 and obviously get up to 10 million in total annual revenue limits. That's a lot of money. If you make that amount of cash, you won't mind paying that, trust me. Okay, let's go jump into my Sellix dashboard. I'm gonna show you how easy this actually is. First of all, you're going to get an overview of the analytics of what's going on. So revenue, orders, views, tickets that are open, trials count, subscription revenue, subscription orders, and new customers. And you get all of this information really quickly and access to it. Now, I've created a free product, which I'll leave the link in the description, which will give you a serial number that I just randomly created, just so you can test it and take a feel of what you're going to get, okay? Now, how easy is it to add a product? Let's go into products, click on products, and you're gonna get a list of all the products you have. But in this case, I am going to create a new product. So I'll go into this product and just to show you how easy this is, it's obviously you add title, you add the price to it, select the currency, the description of this product, the product type. Is it going to be a file? Well, we can upload that file. There's a 500 megabyte limit for the license tier 1. If you need more limits, you need to jump into a bigger license tier. But for example, you can drop it in here. The minimum quantity to order, in this case, you can set it to 0 if you don't want to set a minimum quantity, and a max quantity if you want to have like a promotion and just say, you know what, you can't purchase more than 5 or etc., right? Set how many times this file can be sold. So for example, if you have a limit of that file, you can set it here. Additional details, do you want to have it unlisted, private, on hold, block VPN proxies, terms of service. If you want to add that there, and you add the terms of service, just in case they are different from the general terms and service. Do you want to set a warranty for this, or you can input a manual warranty? Write a note here like a thank you for the purchase, something like that. Cryptocurrency confirmations. So if you're into cryptocurrency, you will know what this is for. And the maximum fraud detection score. There's a marketplace if you want to add this to one of the marketplaces that you've created. Now that's for file. What if you want to add serial numbers? Well, you can add a list of serial numbers here really easily. You can add them row by row, by commas, or separate them in by a custom field. So right here, I'm saying, how am I going to separate this? So if I add commas in between each one of these serial numbers, that's how it's going to know which one to send. Like when does it start and when does it end? Now, commas are a good idea, and also new lines for generating the serial numbers. But if you have, for example, commas in between the serial number, you might want to use a custom way to send the serial numbers, okay? So in this case, what I use is new line, which makes it really easy. Each line is one serial number. And when you test the link that I provide, it's gonna send you one of the serial numbers, and it's free just for testing. Okay, next thing we have is services. If you want to provide a service, that is possible also by adding the service information. I've created one of the services, which is 350. I've just generated as buy me a coffee, just in case you guys want to buy me a coffee. And you can test it out. You can pay via cryptocurrency or Stripe. Dynamic, if you want to have it change, you can use via webhooks, which is really useful if you are automating with other processes like Zapier, Pabbly Connect, etc., and make it more dynamic. And the subscription, which is obviously recurring, right? For example, recurring interval, you can set day, week, month, or year. Basically, most people would use month or year. And you can set the recurring interval count, the trial period if you want to give them a trial, and subscription subtitle, so like what is it going to give? Classic, file, a serial number, service, etc. For example, you might want to provide a service for the subscription, okay? And you set that there. Now, those are for the product type. You can also enable what type of payment gateways you want to use. For example, PayPal, Binance, Bitcoin, Nano. There's several of these cryptocurrencies here that if you are really into cryptocurrency, you might want to enable these. And you might want to enable these for some products and not for other products, etc. So it gives you the option to take on or off for each individual product. So for example, if I want to use Stripe, I can set it there. Cash App, discount volume. So for example, if I want to add a discount, I haven't created any, but you can add a discount. For example, if they buy 10, well, I'll give them a discount. Custom fields, if you need to add something that's custom for the product that you are adding, that's possible. And also connect webhooks for this particular product, okay? So it's super easy. Oh, and also you can add the image here for the product or several images. Easy as that, create the product, okay? Let me show you the ones that I already created. Let's go into products. This is the Buy Me a Coffee. I can edit this. Here we go. If I click on the image, you'll see that I've added a coffee image that's loading. There it is. And this is what I've set for payment gateways. So Bitcoin and Stripe for that one. Let's go back. If I want to grab the link for this, I can duplicate it and grab the link by clicking on share. So in this case, I haven't connected my custom domain yet, but this is just for testing purposes. I'm going to open up this link for Buy Me a Coffee. And this is what the end user is going to see, unless you obviously edit all of this, okay? So for example, here it is, Buy Me a Coffee. Here's the description, pretty simple. The amount of coffees, etc. You can apply a coupon if there's a coupon. Add to cart if there's several products. In this case, there's just one. I can buy now, and I can select cryptocurrency or credit card. So if I click on cryptocurrency, I'll continue. I'll use the email, which I'm going to need to get the invoice and the information. In case it's a serial number, for example, I'm going to get that serial number in my email. So there we go, it's generating the cryptocurrency information so I can go ahead and make the payment. Let's wait for that to load. My internet is pretty bad, so that shouldn't be on the Sellix side. Okay, so there's the cryptocurrency that I can scan and obviously make the payment from my own payment gateway that I'm using for it. So it's super easy to generate it. Let's close that there. For serial number, this is the one I've created, which is free. You can go ahead and test it out and just purchase something. You're gonna get a serial number just to get a feel of how it is, okay? So like I mentioned before, it's free. I've added a bunch of them. Add the email. You're going to get an email with this. I'll just add a random email for that. You're gonna get an email with the serial number, plus you're also going to get the serial number right here. So here's the serial number that I added to it. I can go ahead and copy it and use it. I mean, that could be a serial number for, I don't know, a software that you're selling or anything that you want. And it's as simple as that. So it's super easy to do. Go ahead and close this. Several things that you can do is, for example, create a marketplace, create groups for products. So I already created one for here's group one, and I've added my 2 products. If I grab the link for my bad, let's go back. So I've added 2 of the products that I've created, but I group them. So if I group them, I'm going to be able to view them here. So again, except here's a group 1, and you can view that there. I've added the 2 that I just generated. Super easy to create groups. Just click on it, select the products that you want to group, and you have it there. Set a title for it, image, good to go. Super simple. Create categories. If you want to separate, you can create a category for free, for software, for services, for whatever you want, WordPress, SaaS, etc. The storefront layout, if I want to change the storefront layout, I can go ahead and update the layout. The upselling, if you want to upsell something with a bundle. So for example, I'll just set whatever there. buy me a coffee. And the percentage for the discount would be 10% as an upsell. So when you sell something, it's gonna give you this option to buy it with a discount. So that's an upsell. There's the utils. So right there, update products, note to customer, product values, etc. Let's go there. Coupons, if you want to generate one, you can create a percentage coupon. Let me go that there. So it's super easy to do. Set percentage or fixed amount. So for example, if you're going to set, I don't know, $5, that's a fixed amount, or percentage, it's set to 50% or 23%, etc. Easy to generate. The payment, so you can view your balances here. Obviously, I haven't sold anything because I'm not using this yet. The payouts, invoices, monthly bills, PayPal disputes, subscriptions. So if PayPal is connected, you're going to be able to view your disputes right there. It's super easy to use. The analytics, so all the analytics, the reports for this. The tickets, if someone generates a ticket, you're going to be able to view it here and respond to them. The feedback, the appeals, and the questions. The customization, you can do view the documentation. The file editor, so if you want to really fine-tune this, you can fine-tune the CSS from styles, the banner, the product. So if I click on it, we're able to view the information here. And yes, I can go ahead and edit this and make it more customized to whatever I need. So I can make it really, really customized for this. The fraud shield for the dashboard. So these are the fraud shield things that you get in the account. Remember, we're in the business account for the deal that you're buying. Security options. Well, I should not show that. I'll blur the bottom ones. But malicious login detection, required 2FA authentication, account lockdown, etc. Audit trail, share blacklist, private whitelist, etc. For developers, for example, you get the embed products, the webhooks, like I mentioned before. If you want to automate this further, that is possible. Webhook logs and the subscription. In this case, I'm in license tier 1. Like I mentioned before, it cost me $89, and that is what I have right there. I mean, if you're not going to sell more than $250,000 a year, and if 5 shops is enough, then you're good to go with license tier 1. If you need more, just jump into a bigger license tier. But there you go. That is Sellix. If you want to start selling services online really quickly, this is a really good option. And if you guys want to grab it, I will be providing the link in the description in case you guys want to grab it. It's an affiliate link. If you buy through my link, it helps me out with a small commission, and it's not going to cost you a single cent more than what it already says there. So I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on my next videos.